very, very good evening to you. It is Tuesday night and we have another special guest here on Queen's Table, and it's one of our very own Pageant Land team members, as well as the beautiful Miss Earth England, Beth Rice. How are you tonight, Beth?
Hi, Dion. Yes, I'm good. How are you doing?
Very good. I was still dancing away to the music. I can't help
I know.
it. I just, the intro music, it always gets me. I have to have a little jig, like every single time, you can see. You just have a jig at every single one. It's got to be done. So yeah, but it's wonderful to see you, and I'm so excited to talk about your year. Well, it's been over a year. It's very, very good. So shall we start off chatting about your international experience? Just tell me where it was and all about it.
Yes, I know. Before this interview, I was thinking about my year and I was thinking, right, what am I going to tell Dion? And I think for me, like winning Miss Earth England was never on the plan. When I applied for Eco Pageants UK, Miss Earth wasn't part of the system. And so to then win, it was a really surreal, amazing experience. And then I kind of didn't have time to think because we had to prepare for international so quickly. And we had like a virtual preliminary round. So all the interviews were live, and I had to dress as a swan for the for the fauna competition, which was like you had to dress as an animal from your country. And it was hilarious because Jason and Ruth were filming me on this like river by Winchester, and I was dressed in like it looked like a wedding gown, and but I had wings, obviously, because I was a swan. But people kept congratulating me on my wedding. And I was like, I don't know where my husband is, and I've got wings. So I don't know what wedding you think I'm at. But
that is amazing.
I just thought, like, oh, thank you. So yeah, there's some crazy stuff in the run up. Like I was at my national costume. We had Beauty of Face, which is like a no makeup round. So yeah, so the preliminaries was really different. I feel like very different from what I was expecting and what Miss Earth often do. And then so it's 3 weeks in the Philippines. That was the internationals, and it was just amazing from start to finish. It's actually Miss Earth is usually one of the pageants with the most contestants from around the world. So it's really, there's a lot of girls. I think there was nearly 90 of us. So we were all, split into like 4 groups, and each group goes off into like different parts of the Philippines and just experiences different things. So meets different mayors and museums and touristy stuff, beaches and planting trees, and it was just amazing. But I think my favorite bit was, I love the girls I was with, and even Miss Earth said that they'd never seen a group get on so well. Mm-hmm. Like everyone was really considerate and lovely to each other, which I think you don't always get at an international pageant. People will lie, but I don't think you always get that. But my favorite bit was the sort of preliminary competitions that they had. And there was this massive, you would have loved it, Dion. We went to a water park.
Yay.
And I know, I love water parks. So we got to go down all the slides, and then we had a swimwear competition, which was in the biggest wave pool I've ever seen. So this water park was the biggest water park in Southeast Asia. So it was huge, and biggest wave pool I've ever seen, biggest screen like behind us. And they had this, like, I guess it was for lifeguards. I don't really know why they built it, but they had like this long catwalk, like walkway built into the pool. And they put like this red carpet down. And honestly, walking on that, because there was about 3 flights of stairs you had to come down on to get onto this stage. So now I don't fear stairs at all because on stage, because that was terrifying to get down all those stairs and then walk. I just felt like Catriona Gray at Miss Universe, because it was just such a long like walkway, and there was people like in the wave pool swimming, watching. Like it was just, it's the kind of pageant I will never do again. Like never have that experience again, because it was just amazing. And I did get my sliding door moment, which is what I wanted. When the doors slide open and they reveal you, and you walk. I had that moment.
It was amazing. Your outfits were insane the whole time. To have 3 weeks out there, it's just such an incredible experience. How long from the final to internationals did you get a chance to prepare? Because it wasn't that long, was it?
So we were crowned in July, and then we left beginning of November. So that sounds like quite a long time, but it just flies. You know, prepare. Yeah,
it's only 3 months.
Yeah, I know. So, and when you've got to film like all these videos and wardrobe, it just flies. There's not enough time.
So what gave you the inspiration for the swan? Because that was so beautiful.
Yeah, well, you had to pick an animal that sort of represented your country, or an animal that was really important to you. So I thought the swan was very, obviously, they're a protected species here, the mute swan. So for me, I thought that was quite a nice symbol to go alongside Miss Earth of, trying to protect nature and protect biodiversity. And the swans, you can't kill or harm swans here. So I thought that's quite a nice message of we shouldn't harm any animals, really. We shouldn't need laws in place to stop us harming these animals. So yes, and it looked lovely, didn't it, Dion? Yeah, I just wanted to be graceful.
It's elegant as well. I think swan's very elegant and it suits you very, very lovely. So you've had an incredible time as Miss Earth England. So what have you been up to? Just give me a little sort of lowdown of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I am a little bit exhausted, and I'm actually quite ready to hand over my title. Not because I want to give up my title at all. I love being Miss Earth England, but I just feel like I felt like I have to be everywhere and take all the opportunities. But I think the main things, obviously, I've done lots of appearances and judging, and I think. I've tried to make the most of it, but I think the main things that I've loved doing were radio, which I know dear to your heart, being on BBC Radio, and also the projects that I don't feel like I talk about them enough, and I should talk about them more, which is with my platform. And so earlier, I think it was in April, I worked with Care for Climate, which is a climate change charity, and we produced a toolkit for teachers and anyone really that wants to learn more about climate change and to set up a club in their community, something, it could be a litter picking club or something that has a benefit to them and their community. And then I've had some really exciting news recently, that I've been accepted as a delegate for the UK to speak and create a statement for, it's called the Education Ministers Summit. So this is with a MOCOP charity. And so with Miss Earth England, what I said in my interview when I was interviewing, I said I want to speak to world leaders about improving quality climate education in our schools so that our children are learning more about climate change. And so this is like the opportunity of my dreams to go to environmental and education ministers in the UK and speak to them about what we should be doing in our schools. So very excited for that, and I think those two things will be like the highlights of my time as Miss Earth England.
That is such an incredible achievement, because it is important to teach children young, really, isn't it? And just teach them everything. And that is just amazing. So that is like literally a dream. That's perfect for you. I'm so proud of you. That's amazing. How do you feel about that? You must be over the moon.
I am. And I've applied so many times to work with this charity that when it finally came through and it was this position, like the dream position, I just sort of applied and thought, it's not going to happen. Like, I've applied several times before, they're not going to want me. And I do think being Miss Earth England did set me apart, and having a platform around climate education really, really helped in my application process. It's just, I fully believe in timing, and I think winning Miss Earth England and then these two opportunities everything's cut, like the universe has put them in my path at exactly the right time. So I'm very excited I will do that the week after I hand over. So I hand over, I'm going to be depressed about it, and then I can go off and keep making change in our schools. So that's the dream.
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall when you got the email or the call. I really would have loved to have seen that. I bet your face was a picture. I'd have just loved to been a fly on the wall just to see your reaction about that. That's
Yeah, so I found out in Ghana. So Marcy was sat next to me.
Oh, she's seen it.
Yeah, and I think she thought that something had really like that had really bad news, because I was so like, oh my god. I don't think she's ever seen it. And I cried, because I cry at everything. I cried with happiness.
Oh, me too. I'm like that, but it's such an amazing opportunity. I mean, that is just such a wonderful achievement, and the timing when you found out is even better. I absolutely love that. I love that. So we're going to talk about a very important thing here, and it's rise to reign. And I'd like you to explain to everybody all about this.
Yes, so I had been thinking about it for a long time, of starting pageant coaching, and I think we all do it when we start anything new like this, like, oh, will anybody want to be coached by me? Do I have enough experience? And I think we have so many great coaches in the UK and everywhere else in the world. I think everybody has a different experience of pageants. Everybody has different advice and ways in which they coach. And so I decided to take the leap, and we launched in May, Rise to Reign Coaching. And really the ethos of it, I can't even speak. Ethos of it is about leveling up to achieve your goal, whether that is to win a pageant or that's something else to do with your platform or interview, maybe like a side award. I think it comes, so there's 4 different sessions, and I'll quickly run through them, but I think it's really about getting girls to think about the value that they bring to a pageant and to a system, and everybody has different value, like a different value that they can bring, and a different skill set. We're all unique, we all have different passions, and so it's about understanding that, building a plan, and being able to market yourself well to the system. So it's almost like thinking about pageantry as a business. And so a lot of what I teach in my coaching sessions and talk about is strategy, I guess, on how to I guess compete, and especially in interview. So the 4 sessions, so I do coaching in walk, and what I'll just explain briefly. So in walk, what we try and do is, I say we, it is me, there's no one else. I don't know, I use the royal we.
You have a gang of people behind you. I'm joking.
I know, like a team. I don't have a team, it's just me. So I try and bring out the best, a unique walk for everyone. We don't all walk the same, and we shouldn't all walk the same or have the same routines and choreography. So it's about finding a walk that suits you and your personality. And then we also have a virtual session that goes alongside it. So before your session in the studio, I will have a coaching call with you just to understand you, get to know you, and we'll talk about styles of walk and what you hope to achieve, where you feel confident, not confident, etc. So that's the walk coaching. And then we've got interview, which, as I said, was all about strategy, and it's about knowing the answers rather than having to have separate answers for each question. And so we have a strategy to make sure you have your why and your plan in place, that you can easily convey that to the judges. And then we've got platform coaching, which is I love. And that can be, any kind of platform. And it's about thinking about really what you want to achieve and setting those unbelievable big goals. Because when I set mine with the climate scientist, and I said, I want to create a toolkit for teachers, and I want to speak to, UK government about this. And I never thought it was going to be achievable. But here I am, by August, we'll have achieved it. So it's all about how we, finding a way and a path of how we get to achieve that with our platform. And then lastly, confidence coaching, which is really interesting. And I've been doing a qualification in confidence coaching so that I'm qualified to do this. And it's interesting because you get women that are doing it all. They are turning up at all the appearances. They've done several pageants. They know how to interview and how to walk. And what's missing, I guess, is like that sparkle and that confidence of like when they walk on stage, the judges can see that they deserve the crown. And in the interview, the way that they convey themselves. So it's all about, improving your confidence so that you can give that like queen energy when you come to the pageant. So that's Rise to Reign in a nutshell.
It's amazing. No, I'm literally so proud of you. You've just done so well. But this is fabulous. I mean, where obviously we have got your Instagram page. Is there a Rise to Reign page as well, or is all the details on your Instagram? So if people want to look it up.
Yeah, so on my Instagram, it is in my like bio description. You can just click on the link. But yes, we do have a Rise to Reign coaching page. So yeah, you can find that as well on Instagram.
That on Instagram. So yes, go there, have a look. It's got to be done. Yeah, it's fabulous. But no, you had such a wonderful time. How do you feel about handing over though? I mean, I feel sad already. It's not until August.
I know. Well, it's coming around soon. It's the 5th of August, so it's not too long.
That's not that far away, is it? I'm just realised we're in July.
It is July.
So scary. Yeah.
It's bittersweet. Like I said, I think it's been an unbelievable year that I never imagined that I would ever have a title this big and prestigious and go to an international that big. And yeah, it's just, it's a bit unbelievable. I kind of can't believe I'm handing over. I'm going to be Miss Surf England forever.
Yeah, just stay Miss Surf England. We'll be happy with that. So yeah, but no, it's such a wonderful achievement, and it was so amazing when you won. I mean, I obviously cried my eyes out. I'm bound to, aren't I? And just that dress. I swear, I would need to be your size, and then I could wear that dress.
That dress, Dion, it fits many different people of many different shapes and sizes.
It stretches.
It is
like I'm coming round. I'm stretching.
It literally is. I'm trying to sell it, and I'm tempted to just put on the top magic dress, because it just seems to fit. Like, people have rented it. It just seems to fit multiple people of different like heights, shapes. People with big boobs. I don't have big boobs, so yeah. Just
that's right. That's the bit I need.
Yeah. You'll find it on the magic dress.
Yeah, the magic dress. I wish all dresses were like that. That'd be brilliant. And how much would that be good for the planet as well, though?
It would be so good, wouldn't it?
I always try and recycle clothes anyway. I mean, do you know what I mean? I will recycle clothes, I'll rewear and do things, or sell them, buy secondhand, because you have to, don't you? It's a really important thing. But if every dress was a magic dress, I'd just be fine. You could just but just put it up as it will fit, all sorted.
One day, Dion, that will be a thing.
The magic dress.
Expandable dress.
Yeah, a bit like on Back to the Future with those trainers where, like, they've one size fits all, and they just press a button and they go zoop. Do you know what I mean? So that's what we need for pageant dresses.
Yeah. Do you know they do have like children's clothes now that will expand as the child grows?
I didn't know that. When did this happen? That's brilliant.
I can't remember what the brand's called. They're an eco brand, but yeah, I know. Amazing.
I need to look that up. Because that's obviously saving the planet as well, and also that is just great on cost. And if your child is clothes grow with the child, that's the best thing I've ever heard in my life. This is a new favourite thing for me. It's brilliant. But no, Beth, it's been absolutely amazing speaking to you, and I can't believe what an amazing year you have, and I'm so proud of you. Obviously, you're part of the Pageantland team, and we all love you to bits, and it's just been amazing watching your journey, and I can't wait to see what you do after. I mean, even when you hand over, you're still going to be carrying on doing all the amazing work that you do, so it's just going to be incredible. I can't wait to see what you're going to do next. You never know.
No, I know.
Yeah, that's it. But anyway, thank you so much, Beth, and we wish you all the best with your handover. And thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you.
Bye.